It feels crazy to be filming a third grade curriculum pics video for my daughter. I think because she's the second born and she's like so close in age to her brother, I see him getting older and I forget that she's like right behind him. But here we are. I'm going to share with you what we're going to be using in 2025, so keep watching. Hello and welcome. I'm Christine, a homeschooling mom of 3 kids who are 9, soon to be 10, 8, and 6. And this is a video about the curriculum that I'm going to be using for my 8-year-old this year. She is my hardworking, Miss Independent, just get it done kid. I don't have to work very hard with her on her school because she just sort of gets on and does it herself. But I am looking forward to the curriculum that we're using with her this year. Now, these are individual subjects. She is also going to be joining in on our family subjects, which is history, Bible, literature, science, and all our enrichment studies. And then she does have extracurriculars. So she's doing art. She did that last year and did super well with it. And she's going to continue doing that this year. She does that once a week. And then we dabbled with piano last year, but I'm going to be a lot more strict about it this year. So I am a pianist, but I don't necessarily want to sit down and do more lessons. And so my plan is to use Hoffman Academy, their premium version. We have used that in the past with my son a little bit, and we've been using the free version with my daughter in 2024. In 2025, I'm going to get the premium version for her. She's already like taking to it really well, and then I will supplement wherever needed. So I do have a link for them. I'll leave that down in the description below. It is a really fantastic online option, especially because they have the free version, so you can just try it out and like just see if your kid enjoys it before you put any money down. But I like that they have all the theory and the printables and the practice sessions and everything that comes with the premium, and it's only $20 US a month, which is way cheaper than doing in-person lessons. And it's not the same as having an in-person teacher, but because I know how to play the piano, I taught piano lessons for years, I feel like it'll be a good balance of the two. So that's my plans for her outside of like individual subjects and everything. But let's chat about the curriculum we're using. So she has been using BJU Press English, their 2nd grade English, and she is about halfway through that. She's going through it quite quickly. She's doing really, really well. It alternates between a chapter on grammar and a chapter on writing. And there's review in there as well. And she's doing great with it. I'm really happy. I feel like it's really set her up well with grammar this year and writing, the writing process, how you do a first draft and then you edit and then you revise and then you publish, all of the simple steps that are important in the writing process. However, she's going to finish that curriculum halfway through the year, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to go ahead and purchase 3rd grade English from BJU Press, not because there's anything wrong with the curriculum, but because it's expensive getting it here to New Zealand. There's no PDF version, and I already have level 3 from The Good and the Beautiful, which I actually did with my son last year. And I didn't really have any negatives to say about that curriculum except for the fact that I felt their writing wasn't very strong. But because my daughter has had the writing process explained so thoroughly in BJU Press Grade 2, I feel like we could use The Good and the Beautiful Level 3 after that, and she would do just fine with it. So my plan for right now is to finish up Grade 2 from BJU Press, and then move on to The Good and the Beautiful Level 3 Language Arts, and use that for the remainder of the year at least, and maybe going into the next year. We'll see how she goes through it. She is my arty kid. She loves art. She loves poetry. I mean, it's just her thing. And so I can see her really gelling with The Good and the Beautiful. And because she's had such a solid foundation in grammar, I feel like that will translate great into The Good and the Beautiful as well. So I think that's what we're going to do for this year. That's my plan as of right now. I don't think we're not going to do their spelling from The Good and the Beautiful. And I don't think we're going to use their readers. And I'll explain why in a second. But I think we're going to use it as like a core for language arts and then build off of that. So that is my plan for her for right now. The other thing that she's going to be doing is reading. She has got the Sunlight reader. She's currently about halfway through grade 2, the grade 2 readers. And I've got the grade 3 one, so she can just move right on to those when she finishes grade 2. It's fairly simple. It's not a huge challenge for her at the moment. So I just like the exposure to different literature for her. But she's also doing BJU Press reading, their grade 2 reading. And the reason I picked that curriculum is because it's just so well done. Like, there's just such great selections of literature, and then the analysis of the literature is what I really liked. There's also some phonics reinforcement in there as well, and because she's still younger and still becoming fluent with reading, I really liked that. So I'm more than happy to do a flip through of that curriculum for you if you're interested in seeing it. So that's what she's going to be doing for reading. And I know it sounds like a lot because it's reading plus the literature from Sunlight. But the Sunlight, like I said, it's not a massive challenge for her. And she can do that during her rest time in the afternoon. So whereas reading with BJU Press is more formal, and there's a workbook component to it as well. And that is why I'm not planning on using the Good and the Beautiful readers, because I feel like it'll just be overkill at that point. So that's my plan for her with language arts. She's going to continue with the Good and the Beautiful handwriting, and that will be level 4 that she's doing. She actually started that at the end of last year. She's going to continue that this year, and if she breezes through it, we will just get level 5 for her and start on that because it's just something that she really loves and enjoys. And then the one thing that I'm bringing in that's new for her this year is spelling. We did a Becca spelling a little bit in the past, but this year I wanted to do something totally different. And we're actually going to be using All About Spelling Level 1. And if you've been following my channel for a while, you'll know that I did use All About Spelling Level 1 with my son a couple years ago, and he did well with that. And then we didn't continue on with it. But they have since brought out a new version of All About Spelling. And the new version is full of color, but it also comes with a student activity book. And that is the one thing I really felt was missing from the original curriculum. It didn't have the hands-on component like their All About Reading does. And so it was a little bit dry without it. And so because they've come out with the new version, I really liked it. More than happy to do a flip through of that if you want to see it, how I prepared it, because I've already prepped it all and put it aside so it's easy to use. So she's going to be doing that with me this year. I feel like she's at a good place to begin spelling. Her spelling's not atrocious, but certainly it will do well for her to learn some spelling rules and move forward with that. So that is what I plan on using with her. And then finally, she is also going to be doing math this year, and we're going to continue with Math with Confidence. So she's done grade 1, grade 2, and this year she'll be doing grade 3 from Math with Confidence. Really love the curriculum. I also plan on her going through Times Tales this year. That is the program I used with my son last year for him to learn his times tables, and it worked brilliantly well. And so I want to use the same thing with my daughter. You get access to the videos for 2 years, so I will just be able to reuse everything. And it wasn't extremely expensive anyway. It's very affordable. But highly recommend that program if you want sort of like a shortcut way for them to learn their times tables. It's a really, really great program. So she's going to use grade 3, Math with Confidence, and Times Tales this year. And yeah, I think she'll do well with that. I'm really looking forward to seeing how she does with everything this year, but her reading is becoming more and more fluent, and she's enjoying it. So she'll also join in, like I said, with all our group subjects, and she's got her extracurriculars. And yeah, she'll be a busy little bee this year, and it'll be a lot of fun. So any questions for me, leave them down in the comments below. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
If the world had more of your smile, what if the wind could spread your love? What if your sweetness could reach everyone? There'd be no war.